Alright, welcome back to the second series on Unical post-CTME chemistry questions answered and explained. Number 11, we stopped at number 10 in the last video. The main characteristic feature of transition methods is that they have variable oxidation state. Transition methods have variable oxidation state. Number 12. In 1898, which scientist proposed that an atom is a sphere of positively charged matter in which negatively charged electrons are embedded? Number 12, let's see, J.J. Thomson. That's what J.J. Thomson proposed. 13, oxygen gas is collected in the lab by... Now, there are ways to collect gases. There's a way to collect nitrogen, there's a way to collect oxygen, and there's a way to collect chlorine. If a gas is denser than air, you collect it in a certain way. If it's not denser than air, you collect it in a certain way. So, number 13, downward displacement of water. This one will be downward displacement of water because oxygen gas is collected inside water most of the times. But for chlorine and nitrogen, you collect chlorine by downward displacement of air, which is also called upward delivery, and you do the opposite for nitrogen. Next question, number 14. Copper oxide reacting with hydrogen gas would give you copper and water. In the reaction above, copper is dash. Number 14, we see copper oxide here. Then they're asking us copper oxide is what? Since oxygen has been removed, we say copper oxide is being reduced. After going through this, if you still don't get this one clearly, we have a complete series. You could request for that one too, where these things are explained in depth. So copper oxide is being reduced. So note, he has copper oxide. He can get oxygen for here. You don't come here now, oxygen don't come out. So we'll say copper is reduced to copper. Copper oxide is reduced to copper, while this hydrogen is oxidized to water. Number 15, isotopes are atoms. Isotopes are atoms if the same element with isotopes are atoms of the same element with 15, you have different masses. So isotopes are atoms with the same atomic number but different mass number. Option D. 16, a reaction is in equilibrium when dash. A reaction is in equilibrium when, let me see, the rate of forward reaction equals the rate of reverse reaction. Option A. 17, the boiling point of a liquid such as methanol is the temperature at which the boiling point of a liquid such as methanol is the temperature at which its vapor pressure, so boiling point is the temperature which vapor pressure equals atmospheric pressure. You could see it right here. Number 11 is B. 17 is B. Vapor pressure equals atmospheric pressure. That's what they call boiling point, right? Boiling point is when the vapor pressure equals atmospheric pressure. Number 18, alkanes and dash are compound that contains multiple bond. Alkanes and alkynes. This one, option C. So alkenes, E-N-E, they contain, right, alkenes contain double bond, while alkynes contains triple bond. Number 19, a palm fruit dropped to the ground. This question is a physics question. You see, that's a mess now. Meaning the answers provided for the next question might be wrong. If you are part of those who just want to cram. Number 20, dash is due to the formation of hydrogen gas bubble around the copper plate of a simple cell. Number 20 is polarization. The hydrogen gas bubble around copper plate. This one has to do with electrolysis. It's called polarization. Number 21. Which of the following can be explained by the kinetic theory? The physical state of matter, diffusion, melting of solid, evaporation. Option E. 21 is option E. 22. The properties of electrovalent compound include the following except high melting point and boiling point. Conduction of electricity, A and B is correct. High volatility at room temperature. No. Let's see then. Ionization in aqueous solution. Number 22 is option C. That is not one of the properties or characteristics of electrovalent compound. Option C. 23. Which of the following statements is not correct about electrolysis? Reduction occurs in the anode. That's a lie. Right. In electrolysis, oxidation occurs at the anode, while reduction occurs at the cathode. While hydrogen is being liberated at the cathode, while oxygen is liberated at the anode. Keep those two in mind. They ask these two questions a lot. 24. So number 23 is option A. Separation of mixture of solid by physical method can be based on differences in the following except molar masses. You could separate things by their melting point, by the particle size, by solubility, but if you separate things based on their molar masses, questions are quite cheap. They are quite cheap. The following are major gaseous, but no question is actually cheap if you don't really know it. So you need to practice again and again. And each of these questions now, example, this one is on separation techniques. I have a series on separation techniques. If after going through this, you want to learn more on that series, we'll discuss that separately. Please note. 25. The following are major gaseous pollutants, except CO2 is not a major gaseous pollutant. CO2. This option A is the most dangerous gaseous pollutant. Please note, this is the most dangerous gaseous pollutant. Option B is not really. It is, but it's not really considered a serious gaseous pollutant. That's why they say major. It is a gaseous pollutant, but it's not a major one. That's carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the most dangerous gaseous pollutant to man. Keep it in mind. SO2, this is a pollutant you find a lot, and also NO2 around refineries, car parks, etc., where you use huge amount of fuels, gasoline, fuel. Then CFC, this one also, yes, it is. Options 26. Number 26. Brass is an alloy containing zinc, containing copper and zinc. Brass is an alloy containing like brass, zinc, copper and zinc. Brazil, you could keep it in mind like that. Brazil. They used to ask, right? Bronze is an alloy containing copper and tin. Bronze is an alloy containing copper and tin, while brass is an alloy containing copper and zinc. 27. Which of the following reduces the activation energy of a chemical reaction? What of the following reduces it? 27. Reduces the activation energy. Catalyst. Option D. A catalyst will reduce the activation energy. I'll stop at question 30 here. 28. In the electrolysis of brine, the anode is dash. 28 is option A. The anode is carbon. The reason why the anode is made to be carbon is so that there will be no much reaction there. The anode is carbon. 29 is electrolysis. I will need to demonstrate this one. 30, where we'll stop for this video. What is the likely formula of a compound formed between element M in group 2 and between element X in group 7? 2 and 7. Number 30, let's see. 2 and 7. You are going to have MX2, option B. MX2. I might likely demonstrate this one also with a video, so I'll show you how it take become, how you not take be M7X2, rather it is MX2. Thanks for watching. Should you have any question or you would want more, maybe there's a specific part you do not get clearly, you let me know on the WhatsApp group if you're part of the class. If you're here to join the class, it's paid for. You can reach out to me on the WhatsApp group. The classes will run round clock before your examination day. Thanks for watching, and I'll be expecting your questions. And also, if you're able to jot down any point at all, I'd like you to snap and send to me for assessment. You could also invite your friends to come and learn. Bye bye now, and see you in the next video.